What is up, guys? Metro Game 75. We're playing Sakura Gym Girls Part 4. Alright, here we go. Why is being an adult so complicated? Being an adult's complicated, man. Alright, the next day. Look who it is. Good morning, Sohei. I hope my absence yesterday didn't cause too many problems. What? Oh no. I agree. I greet Asa outside the bookstore with a small smile, relieved to see that she's both looks and sounds fighting fit. She might have been out of commission yesterday, owing to her sore muscles, but a day spent resting in bed seems to have done the trick. I can't detect the flush upon her face, nor any signs of a fever. She looks perfectly healthy. I didn't have any problems. You're good. Are you sure? I had barely any customers. Even if you had been there, you would have been standing around. Not that you weren't missed, of course. It would have been nice to have somebody to speak to. Somebody. I had pen inside my head other than Tsumiki. Ugh. I've been replaying yesterday's encounter in my head for a while, and I still can't figure out why she was so mad at me at first. Women are truly mysterious. All women except Asa, I mean. I think I understand her pretty well. Oh, did you miss me, Sohei? Of course I did. Of course I did. The story's just the same without you. The customers probably realized that too. Maybe it's why they kept away. My gloomy face can't attract customers like yours can. You're being too hard on yourself. I don't think you look too gloomy. Well, thanks, but that's only because you're so good at making me smile. Other people aren't half so talented at that. Tsumiki in particular just makes me want to groan and clutch my head with my hands. Seriously, what's with her? That piece of shit. Damn. Oh my. Well, I've never thought of myself as a particularly talented at anything before. My cooking is so-so, and my fashion sense leaves a lot to be desired. But if I had to be a good at one thing, I'm glad it's making you smile. That seems like quite the valuable achievement to me. I agree, but it's not just me I'm talking about. You're good at cheering people up in general. It's hard to be sad when you're around. Do you really think that? Really and truly, you're a ray of sunshine. So saying, I pushed open the door of the bookstore, then head inside. The bell jingles jauntily overhead, announcing my presence, and I reach out to flick on the lights. Another important part of my daily routine. There's a bit of a delay before said lights turn on. This store was old when my grandpa bought it, and it's even older now, but they do eventually flicker into life. The numbers of bookshelves that line the walls are thrown into sharp relief alongside the books that fill them. I do a quick receipt of the store to ensure everything's in the right place. While Asa hangs back, I think she must be abashed by my earlier compliments. It takes her a few seconds to gather her wits, but when she does, right. Ueda Asa, my resident of Ray of Sunshine, raises her head, then follows suit, stepping foot into the store. Since you think so highly of me, Sohei, I'll do my best to answer your expectations. It wouldn't do to let you down, not after you were good enough to let me take the day off. I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can, and I'll make a lot of sales. You just watch. I'll make us so much money you'll be able to eat a filet mignon for dinner tonight. I wonder what that is. A filet mignon seems a bit excessive, but I'm fine with the chicken skewers from the izakaya. Then let's do that. You deserve a treat, and for once, I want to be the one to foot the bill. A treat? I blink. But why? Because you're such a nice boss. I could look all across this town, and I doubt I find an employer as kind as you. You say I'm a ray of sunshine, but I think you've got it backwards. You're always the one who cheers me up. Now let's call it even and say we both help one another. How does that sound? Oh, I like the sound of that. I thought you might I chuckle. Asa really is cute when she gets enthused like this. I've half a mind to cross the distance between us, then pat her on the head. But after some consideration, I decided against it. That would feel decidedly infantilizing. I don't want to baby Asa, especially not when she's so self-conscious about her height. I hold off one on the one head, on the head patting, but I do say with a smile, "We can go out to eat later if you want. Though I don't want you to pay for everything. There's no need. But I want to treat you like I said. I know, and I appreciate it, but why would you treat me for letting you have a sick day? That's standing practice. That's standard practice in business, or at least it should be. As my employee, you're entitled to some time off. I know, but I only had to take time off because of my own stupidity. It was all my own fault, really. You'd have every right to be annoyed at me. I'd have every right, maybe if I was a scumbag with a short temper, but I'm not. So I'm not mad. I'm just glad you're alright. Seeing you smile face is all the repayment I need, really. But I'm willing to go half and half on some chicken skewers too, if we're going to insist upon it. I do insist. You helped me so much. I think you deserve it. Let's do that then. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be more fun, at least, than getting chewed out by Tsumiki was. Hey, yo, getting chewed out? Or I think Riley than my awkward meeting with Ranko yesterday. I'm not quite sure where I stand with either of those two, or what they think about me, but at least Asa's easy to interact with. Her uncomplicated cheerfulness feels like an oasis in the desert. After the tumult my feelings have been subjected lately today, I can't think of anything I liked more than to go out with her. She really is an angel. What would I do without somebody like her? While away that morning, working with Asta, taking inventory of our new stock and stacking the new shelves. A few customers trickle into every once in a while, but the store is for the most part pretty dead. The store is always dead, so this doesn't come as much a surprise, but at least it's doing better than it was yesterday. That's a plus. Eventually, lunchtime rolls around. Asta and I eat in the shifts, so one of us can remain at the front desk at all times, ready to welcome new customers. Since Asta handled most of the customers today, I let her take lunch break first. She heads to the back of the store, her lunchbox, though maybe I should say my lunchbox, given I'm the one who prepared it, in hand and leaves me to my own devices. I set the counter arms folded and look across the street through the window. It's a temperature of sort of a day. Sun is shining, albeit weakly. It's not too hot or too cold. The weather's pretty much perfect. The sky is pale pastel blue. It's probably about 60 degrees. Pedestrians walk up and down the streets, some in groups, others alone. I spy businessmen holding down brown paper bags, presumably full of their own lunches, and groups of university students and a handful of families. None of these people numerously, though, they are paused to examine the edifice of my humble bookstore. Maybe this store is too humble. There is nothing particularly eye-catching about its exterior. No bright signs or slogans or any colorful window displays. What you see is what you get with this store. It sells books, and that's all it really has to offer. I'm busy pondering this, lost in my thoughts, when the bell rings. It looks like I've got another customer. I glance over at the door, trying to not look too eager when... Oh. Damn it! I start surprised. I recognize this woman as well I might. She came here only yesterday, but even if she hadn't, her fair hair and her distinctive amber eyes would still jog my memory. It's Tsumiki. No big surprise. Well, clear my throat, then greet Tsumiki with my most convincing smile. I didn't expect to see you here again, Miss Ito. You're back very soon. And? Tsumiki scowls at me. She looks unhappy to be back, which is strange given her own two legs wasn't carried her here. It's not like anybody forced her to come back to the store, or did they? She's acting tough, though. Acting like though she's being held at knife point at almost. It's like someone like held at gunpoint telling them to go into the store here. Why does she look so grumpy? Is it the problem that I come back here? Would you rather I left? Business is absolutely booming after all. I wouldn't want to get in the way. You must be awfully busy. Ugh, that was pretty a low blow. What is this? I know Tsunmiki doesn't like me very much, but she doesn't need to insult my grandfather's store. Hey, I'm well aware that it's underperforming, but without her snide remarks, still, I can't afford to be mad at her. Not if she means to buy something. I don't have enough paying customers to scare a new one away. I need to calm down. What the heck? I inhale, then reply in a tone of cordial as I feel I'm about to formulate. No, it's fine. Of course you can come here if you desire. I'm glad to see you again. In fact, you did buy quite a number of books yesterday. However, surely you can't have read them already. Not at all. Not all of them, no. Though I did get through a couple. You did read 2 books in one night. Now that's impressive. That's pretty impressive, though. I've been so busy lately. I can only manage 1 book a week. If that, and I've always been a voracious reader. It seems to be more of a bookworm than I am. Maybe I did. What of it? The books I bought were very interesting. Once I got started, I couldn't put them down. The stories were so passionate. It made me wonder if you've any more of them, more like them. It's nice to have a good supply of romance novels to hand for a rainy day. Ha! Well, I certainly understand that. You do? Yeah, I'm pretty fond of reading too, though there's no chance it'll work through my backlog in a hurry. I've got a dozen of books on my to-read list. Oh, me too. I have no need to buy more books. In fact, I probably shouldn't, but when I think there might be more hidden gems here that I've missed, you can't help but want to snap them up, right? That's right, I don't want to miss anything interesting. Then please, look around. You can pursue the shelves to your heart's content. Well, obviously. That's what I was going to do. You might be the proprietor of this place, but I hardly need your permission to browse. Your shop would be in quite the sorry state indeed if it weren't for customers like me. Indeed it would. It would. I'm in your debt. You certainly are. Don't you forget you owe me. I'm doing you a favor really by coming back here. You have to grow before me on the bonded knee. Well, I don't know if I go quite that far, but I'll leave you to your browsing in peace. How does that sound? That sounds perfect. Don't bother me. I like to search undisturbed. So saying, Tsunmiki begins to scour the shelves for yet more books. The minutes pass by silently, broken only by the sound of Tsunmiki's footsteps and the regular flipping of the pages as she picks up, examines, then discards various books. I don't try to talk to Tsunmiki during her hunt, as she doesn't try to talk to me. She seems utterly focused upon her task. I guess she really does love reading. She's taking this self-imposed task so seriously, I can't help but see Tsunmiki in a new light. It's nice to know that there's people out there my age who love reading just as much, if not more, than I do. My preferred genres might be different from Tsumiki's, but reading is reading. At the end of the day, at least we have something in common. Here, Tsunmiki says after 15 minutes have elapsed. She must be done for search because she's standing by the counter, 4 tomes collapsed to her chest. I want to buy these. Alright, just put them on the counter. I'll scan them for you. Tsunmiki does as I ask in an unusual display of obedience and sets the books down upon the countertop. I make to scan them with my handy barcode reader when... Hey, Sohei. Uh-oh. I just finished eating, so you can go on your break now if you want. I don't mind managing the store for a little while, so... Asa's sentence, however, remains unfinished. Her voice rails off while green eyes flickering towards Tsunmiki. Her eyes widen, then she gasps. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. This is incredible. You're Kitty Karen, aren't you? Kitty Karen? I frown. Who's that? Oh, Sohei. As a pouts per two. I think on Tsumiki's, or is it that Kitty Karen's behalf? I know you don't care much about celebrity gossip, but we talked about Kitty Karen before. I showed you her photos on my phone only last week. Uh, she's she's that incredibly popular Rapid Pound star. Don't you remember? I think she's adorable. Rapid Pound, huh? I scratched my chin with my finger. I never used that site myself, and well, I've been a bit busy lately. Ah, I suppose a face. She looks annoyed at my forgetfulness, more so than I've ever seen Asa annoyed at anything before. Let me show you what I mean. You should be able to see the similarities for yourself. Here. Asa gropes in her pocket for her phone, which she then thrusts in my face. Look, this is Kitty Karen. Don't you recognize her now? Ah. Oh. It's not that big of a surprise anyway, so I take in the image and blaze it on Asa's phone screen. It's an image I've seen before, though it can't have made a great impression. Not if I forget it so quickly. Still is quite the striking image. I can hardly believe it slipped my mind. Said image depicts a white-haired woman with fair skin posing cutely, holding a lollipop in one hand like a microphone. At the top of her head, a pair of cat ears, and wearing an outfit sweet enough to indulge diabetes. A sailor-style shirt and a frilly skirt which looks oddly familiar. They're uncannily familiar, in fact. I've seen this getup before. I've seen it right now, in real time, in front of my face, to Asa's right. Tsumiki's outfit is exactly the same as the one this Kitty Karen's wearing right down to the glass. It seems awfully unlikely, but Miss Ito, I clear my throat. Are you really a famous Rapid Pound star? Yeah. Tsumiki doesn't answer at once, not verbally at least, but the pain noise she makes only serves to prove my hypothesis. She really is Kitty Karen. She must be, otherwise she wouldn't be blushing as fiercely as she is. This revelation is just earth-shattering, if not more than the reveal of her online alter ego, but Tsumiki's silence is short-lived. She stabs a finger in my direction and cries. Alright, you fine, you win. I win. Do I? I wasn't even aware this was a competition, but Tsumiki sure seems to be viewed as it as such. What? It's not a competition or anything. Like, you figured it out. I am Kitty Karen, the popular social media influencer. There, are you happy? How, bro? What the fuck? I've never seen anything like this. Yes, I'm happy. I'm really, really happy to meet you, Kitty Karen. But for me, on the other hand, obviously it was her. Like, it's not a big surprise. I've been a fan of yours for such a long time, ever since you started posting. In fact, I've been following you for years, and I've been bought some of your merch. You have? Yes, it was because of you that I decided to start working out. Your figure is so lovely I want to just look like you. I've always admired how you dress, however, you want to. People sometimes say mean things about your fashion sense, but you've never you never let them get to you. Yes, it was because of that, so I decided to start working on my out. Your figure is so lovely. I want to just look like you. You have? I've been following you for years, and I've been bought some of your merch. I've been a fan of yours for such a long time, ever since you started posting. In fact, yes, I'm happy. I'm really, really happy to meet you, Kitty Karen. There, are you happy? You figure it out. I am Kitty Karen, the popular social media influencer. Alright. I've always admired how you dress however you want to. People sometimes say mean things about your fashion sense, but you never let them get to you. You're so bold and confident, and you always look so cheerful. You're a huge inspiration to me. I always want to be just like you. Well, I'm glad you're so fond of me, I suppose, but you can't really tell anybody else about this, alright? It's supposed to be a secret. A secret? How the hell is this supposed to be a secret where you're like a popular person, like with what, 1 million followers on Rapid Pound? How you, bro? What? I don't want to get mobbed by fans or insulted by haters whenever I go outside. I like to keep my real world identity and my existence on social media separate. So I find myself thinking you dress exactly the same way while going outside that you do when you post photos online. This doesn't seem like the smartest plan if she wanted to say incognito. Even that's one famous superhero remembered to wear glasses while he was in his civilian form. But I don't mention this. I doubt Tizumika would appreciate it. She doesn't seem to appreciate anything I do, really. Oh, I see. I understand. I won't let this slip. Not to my fellow or even my friends. You have my word. I'll take this secret with me to the grave. Are you planning on going on to the grave anytime soon, Asa? I'm not planning on it, no, but these things can happen when you at least expect them to. Okay, that was kind of dark. Let's not dwell on these dismal what-if scenarios. I should probably try to placate Tsumiki. Her face is still red. I won't tell anybody about this either. Your secret is safe with me. Good. You best not, or I'll never forgive you. Typical Tsundere. Well, I wouldn't want that now, would I? I don't want to make an enemy of you, Tsumiki. That's Ito to you. Miss Ito, then. So to show Willie, why don't you take those books you picked out for free? It's on the house. Huh? Is that really alright? Sure it is. I'm sure S and I must have inconvenienced you by blowing your cover in public, so this is the least I can do. I want to make amends to you, and it's not every day a celebrity stops by my humble store. I'm flattered. Oh, please. Tsumika rolls her eyes. I'm hardly a celebrity, not a real one. I can't sing or dance, not like Okada Anna. I'm only famous on Rapid Pound. That's only because I post a lot of photos myself. You're making this way bigger than it is, really. No, Tsumika, that's wrong. You might not think you're anything special, but I do. I'm a huge fan of yours. I just told you I didn't. Didn't I? That inspire you me? That inspired me? I think you're incredible. Yes, well, thank you. I would suggest that you get better idols, and I suggest that you, Kitagawa, not give any away your stock when it's clear your shop really can't afford to take the financial hit. Oof, now that hurts. Is this the thanks I get for trying to be nice? TCB can be so catty, but if you really meant it, then, thank you. This really was the kind of gesture I appreciate it. TCB bows her head to me in an unexpected display of gratitude, then turns. Her long silver hair flutters behind her as she walks, and her skirt shifts about her legs. Tsumiki exits my shop, gripping her stack of new books tightly in less than a minute, but the impact she made in her wake lasts far longer. I watch Tsumiki through the glass window as she walks down the street, her face passing mine in profile. And as she does, I'm struck by the expression on her face. She's actually smiling. She must have been happier about my generosity than she was letting on. How cute. I'm busy pondering this, perhaps. I'm smiling more than I usually do when Asa sidles up to me. Curiously, she examines me and says with wide eyes, "Hey, Sohei, what is it?" I was just wondering, maybe Tsumiki had a point. Is it really alright for you to give your stock away like that? I don't mean to question your business decisions. I know it's not really my right, but I don't think things are doing all that well. I should try to capitalize on every sale you can, even if that sale is from your kitty Karen. Now, that's surprisingly mercenary. Coming from you. I didn't know you care so much about money, Asa. I don't, not usually. I know there's more to life than money, but I also know that this shop means a lot to you. I don't want to see it going out of business. That would devastate you, and it would devastate me too. I mean, Asa flushes. As much as I love Kitty Karen, I love working with you even more. I don't want this shop to close down. Ah, now's my turn to blink. I admire Asa for a few moments, marveling at how earnest her expression is. I can tell she means every single word she just said from the bottom of her heart. Her concern is flattering, but I understand where you're coming from, but I don't fret too much. That's my job, as this shop store's owner, not yours. I can fuss enough about this place finances for the two of us. And while things aren't great, we're not in the red. Giving Tisumika a few books for free won't break the bank. And I think it was worth a while investing anyway. And invest in what? Invest in her happiness, I guess. In the future of the shop. Well, between the two of this, I know she was happy in this and that, but still, even though she was kind of rude though, I just it's the shop, okay? The more regular customers we have, the more money we'll be able to make. There's no point in antagonizing Atisa Miki, even if she's a bit of a prima donna. I don't want this place to go out of business, then we both be in a sticky situation. Oh yes, I guess that is true. As it smiles. I should have known that you had a plan. You're very smart, Sohei. Well, I'm not sure about that. I laugh, while running a hand through my hair. But I'm doing the best to keep this place open. I need to be candid both for my grandfather's sake. I offer Asa a smile. And for yours as well. Mine? That's right, it will inconvenience you if the store shut down, so I need to try to keep it open for as long as possible. I hate to inconvenience you, Asa, especially when you mean so much to me. You really are an amazing friend. What would I do without a person like her? She's always needed, and she is the best helper I ever have. A few days pass, and I once again return to the gym with Asa. This is only my second session at the gym, but I think I have a pretty good idea about what to expect. I should be more relaxed, therefore, than I was during my last visit, but as it transpires, I feel significantly more uncomfortable. I still haven't forgotten my encounter with Ranko at the hostess bar. I'm worried things might be awkward between us, thanks to all that. But, oh boy. Hey, Sho and Asa too. Ranko greets Asa and I cheerfully enough, as she always does. She's grinning as per usual, and she doesn't look at all awkward. Have I been worried about nothing? It would be the first time. It's good to see you again. I'm glad your first visit didn't put you off. I've heard I can be a little too hands-on. Ah, by hands-on, she is referring to that time when she grew up Asa behind. That was pretty forward of her. Asa seems to be thinking the same thing I am because her face flushes and shyly she looks at the floor. Oh, it's alright. I didn't mind, really. I know you only did it because you had to. You said it was part of your job? Yeah, I'm still not sold on that. I have more than a few doubts Reiko does nothing to dispel them. Instead, she grins and says, That's right. Glad you were so quick to catch on, Asa. So do you think you'll be singing out at the gym? Do you think you can hack it? I'd like to think so, given so I've already paid this month's membership. It would be a waste of money to not come in otherwise. If I wanted to quit, I'd better off waiting until my membership has expired. What? Don't tell me you're thinking of throwing in the towel already, Sho. You've only had one session so far. No, I'm not thinking of quitting already. I already said I wasn't. It would be financially viable right now. So does that mean you might quit in the future? Well, sure. Nothing lasts forever. You should know that better than anybody. Oh, Sho, don't be so cold. It's too soon to talk about leaving me, even if you had no immediate plans to do so. You're going to break my heart here. Don't worry, Ranko. I'm not going to quit, even if Sohei does. I want to work on my health, and I still want to lose some pounds. I'm in this for a long haul. I don't feel like giving up, and well, I feel like I'm in good hands with you. I can trust you. Oh, Asa, at least I can trust you. You're such a good girl. Maybe we should to elope together, at least show on its own, all sad and lonely and loveless. Do you want to embark upon a romantic adventure, a self-discovery, just the two of us? Elope? Asa blushes all the way to the tips of her ears, and awkwardly she staggers back. I appreciate your sentiments, but I don't know if I feel that way about you. I like men, you see, not women. I like you, but I don't think I could love you, not as anything more than a friend. This is all going so fast, I don't know what to say. Yeah, join the club. That's how I felt when first asked me out, too. Was she forceful as this? She was, yeah, it's overwhelming. Don't get swept away by her, though. She's just kidding around. You are? Guilty as charged. Sorry, Asa. You're such a good, pure girl. It's all I couldn't help but want to tease you a little. Oh, I see. Then you don't want to elope with me. Not for the moment, at least. There'd be way too much to prepare. I do, however, want to help you work on your fitness goals. I still have a whole bunch of techniques to share with you. Do you want to limber up with some stretches first, though? Oh, yes, that sounds like a good idea. Alrighty then, just follow after me. For starters, I was thinking we could do some squats like this. Rex positioned herself upon the mats, then her leggings slightly spread, and her hands clenched at her front. Glancing back at Asa over her shoulder, she says, "Are you watching?" "Yes, I'm watching. Please show me what to do." "Alright, observe, then copy me. It's not very hard, really. Once you know the basics. To squat properly, you need to find your center of gravity like this." Record begins to walk Asa through the process of performing the perfect squat, all the while giving a physical performance of what said her perfection should look like. Ranko shifts her legs, bending, her rear sinking up and down as she moves. Ranko might be wearing leggings, but they're very tight. Stretchy fabric clings to her every single curve. I know I should be staring, but I better serve instead of if I focus on my own stretches. But there's something hypnotic about Ranko's movements. Ranko's behind looks awfully plush in those leggings of hers. Since I'm standing behind her, I've got an awfully good view of her backside. Not to mention the swell of her hips and the curve of her spine. I think she looks even more appealing now. In fact, she did in the hostess club when she was dancing. She might have been wearing a low-cut dress back then, but then unintentionally, lewdness of her gym gear makes it even more enticing. There's something sweetly naive about Ranko's current motions, coupled with her attire, something almost innocent. Are you enjoying the view show? I say almost innocent because Ranko is nearly aware of her own body. And I have no doubt she knows exactly what sort of impact she's having on me. If she were generally immaculate, she wouldn't be smirking at me from over her shoulders like that. I really am predictable. Hurried, I turn away, embarrassed at my own poor conduct, and soon to come face to face with... Oh no, we already know who it's going to be. Oh, it's you. Of course! No big surprises. Tsubaki's eyes me with some trepidation, her lips pursed into a thin line. She must have arrived at the gym a little after Asa and I. Foregone to the cat ears today, which is probably for the best. I doubt they're all that practical, and is instead attired in her decidedly more sensible workout attire. Even without her cutesy clothes, though, she still looks pretty. I guess there's a reason why her kitty Karen alter ego is so popular. I feel like I'm seeing her in a brand new light. I think Tsumiki must be aware of this, because she pulls a face. Don't look at me like that, you creep. Oh, I'm sorry, was I staring? You know you were. You're so shameless still. I suppose I'd rather you stare at me than Sakizaki. You were ugly her. You know before I interrupt you. You're so brazen. Well, I did used to date Ranko. Sorry, I'll make sure I only... Actually, I guess we could actually tell her this, then. Hey, if you want to ogle anybody, I should be allowed to ogle Ranko. We used to date. Maybe you did, But you're not dating anymore. You should be a bit more respectful. Oh, what's this? Are you trying to defend my honor, Tsumiki? That's so sweet of you. I didn't know you cared so much. No, I don't. You are reading into it too much. It's not like I really care. This idiot, I guess by this idiot she means me. I can stare at whoever he wants. It's no skin of my nose. Ah, I guess she was talking about me after all. I just wish he wouldn't. It'll be bad for the reputation of this gym. Women won't want to keep coming here if they know you're at risk of being stared by this cathedral. And you say that, yeah, I doubt you mind overly much if shows stared at you, Tsumiki. Is that what you're after? What? No, you've got it all wrong. I really don't care. Sure you don't. For maybe somebody who's making such a big deal out of not caring, you seem pretty worked up to me. It's not all in your imagination. I'm as cool as a cucumber. Cucumbers. You look pretty red to me. That's all your imagination. Stop picking on me. Jeez. Pouty Tsumiki retreats to the corner of the gym, crouches on some unoccupied mats. I'm going to do some warm-up stretches. The rest of you can do what you like. I've stopped caring. Sheesh. So Singor Scowling Tsumiki begins to partake in her own series of stretches. I don't know much about exercising. I'm not qualified for this culture like Ranko, but these stretches of Tsumiki look very striking for want of a better word. I've read a good review of T-Smig's behind it and what behind it is. His sculpture almost like a statue, her cycling shorts which cling to her curve and revealing nothing in the way of excess fat. I wonder how she stack up to others. I have no idea. No, we're not doing. I don't care at all. No. Out of all three of this, no, all three of these right now, except for this one, I must admit they are appealing, but still. Tsumiki looks pretty, but she still can't hold a candle to Asa. I guess I prefer cuter girls to elegant ones, but that doesn't diminish Tsumiki's looks. Good looks. She's so slutty she looks like a celestial being. At least she would. Where she's not engaged in a series of motions, which she looks so incredibly compromising. Is this a real workout? I can't tell. I swear, it feels like Tsumiki is doing this to provoke me. But isn't that an incredibly self-centered way of thinking? Maybe I'm reading into it too much. I can't deny, though, that she looks good. I can't tear my eyes away. Hey! It looks like Tsumiki's noticed my staring because she scowls. I thought I already told you to stop staring at me. It's making my skin crawl. I'm not a piece of meat for you to guap at. Oh, right. I'm sorry. And you say you're not a pervert. Seriously. I'm not a pervert, though. Then why were you staring at me? Now that's a good question. It's true I was wondering what current seems to be behind, but I can hardly tell her that. That only prove her point. I guess I'd best to think of an excuse. I don't really care for lying, but I very much doubt Tsumiki would appreciate the unvarnished truths. I don't need to give her any more reason to assault me. I guess I was admiring you for your format is all. But, and by that, do you mean my ass? Damn, but she sure got my number. I feel like I've been busted, but still, I do my best to play things off. I mean, out of all of you, really the lines of your body and all your muscle. I don't know what stretch you're performing exactly, but it looks pretty strenuous. I guess I'm impressed you can keep it up for that long. That's why I was watching you. I'm impressed at your stamina and your tenacity too. Oh, right. Tsumiki blinks, and slowly her face begins to flush. Is that really it? That's it. It isn't, of course, but that's the best excuse I could come up with. I think my words sound pretty flimsy, but Tizamiki seems to be swallowing my excuse. She surveys me for a few moments, still stretching, then says, "Oh, I see. Maybe I was wrong about you. You might be such a passive pervert after all." That's what Tizamiki says, but her eyes are downcast. Her voice sounds oddly gloomy. I might be reading into this too much yet again. Well, I do own a book up store. Perhaps that should be expected. But now I really have to wonder. I might have disappointed Tizamiki, have I? This seems like a long shot, but maybe despite her acerbic words, she's actually wanted me to stare at her after all. She's something else. Oh no. Hey Tizamiki. I approached Tizamiki about half an hour later. Once I finished it on the treadmill, she's sipping from a bottle of water, and it looks like she's taking a break herself. Tizamiki's white hairs rumple from her earlier exertions, and the straps of the vest top is beginning to slide down one of her white slender shoulders. She looks very, very pretty disheveled, though she is, but no, I shouldn't stare. Tizamiki got mad at me for doing that last time. I want to invite her wrath down upon me for the second time. I want to invite her wrath upon me, in fact. That's why I'm approaching her. I feel like I ought to apologize. What's wrong, Kitagawa? Nothing's wrong. Not with me, at least. I was worried I might have done something to upset you earlier, though. Oh, are you concerned about me? A little, maybe. I'm afraid I might have hurt your feelings somehow, or offended you. Ah, I see. Tizamiki exhales. She seems to mull things over for a while, her brows furrowed, before she replies. No, it's fine. Most people offend me, though they don't mean to. I'm quite a touchy person. You can say that again. At least she knows she can be a handful. That's better than being utterly oblivious, I suppose. If anything, I'm the one who should be probably apologizing for my earlier conduct. I know I'm not anything like adults should, but I'm under a lot of pressure. As famous social media star, my fans scrutinize me every day. I receive a lot of comments about my appearance, especially about my weight. I'm hardcore about exercising, and while I like to think that's for my sake, sometimes I wonder whether I'm not doing this because it's what my fans want. They expect me to look a certain way. I need to meet these expectations of theirs, or they'll dump me for younger, prettier idols. I've already been an eSelect for a while. People are already starting to lose interest. It's pretty stressful. Maybe that's why I'm so grumpy all the time. I know it's no excuse, though, for being rude. Not when I'm my age. I'm already 34. I need to get it together. Hey, it's fine. Nobody's perfect. We all have our... Huh? I stare at Tizamiki dumbstruck. As for the impact of her words, finally hits me. It's impossible, I suppose, that I could have misheard her, but I'm certainly, she said, just now that she's 34? That's right. Did you know that? No, I no idea. I figured we were around my age or even younger. And how old are you exactly, Kitagawa? 25. 9 years age gap, I see. So like 9 years between. Only 25, huh? Tizamiki pulls a face. Then I'm almost a decade older than you. I guess so, yeah. This is pretty wild. Now I wonder. Mommy and big sister. Yo. Yes. Yes. I don't know which one I should pick right now. Well, Mommy sounds more funnier than big sister. I mean, she doesn't really feel like a sister, but Let's call her mommy. Should I start calling you mommy? Would you like that? Of course I would. Don't even joke about that. I'm sensitive about my age. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Really, I thought I would have never been able to tell, though. Not if you hadn't mentioned. You don't look 34 at all. You seem pretty much younger. Well, I would hope so. I put on a lot of effort in training my body over the years, as I said, and always a snare. In short, I eat healthily. My smooth skin and clear under eyes don't come naturally. It's the result of a hard work. I might not have traditional jobs, but I put in a huge amount of hours to appease my fans. Most people don't realize that, though, of course. They don't know how much I push myself. Maybe most people don't know, but that's because you make it look effortless. That's a good thing, I think. I mean, you're good at what you do. You can always talk to me about this. Though, if you ever feel the need, I'd be glad to listen to your problems. Do you mean that? Sure, you're a valued customer at my store. That means you get a special treatment. Special treatment, you say? Tease Mickey brows furrow. I didn't know you also dabble in therapy. Oh, only for my favorite customers. I give it away with every fifth purchase. You can have it for free on the house. Why, thank you. That is very kind of you. Tease Mickey's face is still a little flushed, but her reply is accompanied by a small smile. I think my silly jokes must have gone ways to cheer her up, which in turn cheers me up. I'm not sure why, but I don't like to see Tease Mickey so despondent. She has such a nice smile. It's so shame that she utilizes it so rarely. You really are a nice person, Kitagawa. No. Tease Mickey shakes her head. Sohei, I know we get off to a bad start, but maybe I misjudged you. You're so kind to me and so easy to talk to. I've grown quite attached. Tease Mickey bites her lower lip. This might be a bit too forward, but I was wondering, if you wouldn't mind too terribly, and you've nothing better to do, then maybe we could. Tease Mickey begins to soon, she's cut off by radical cheery tones. Dagnabbit! I know what she was going to say. Alright, you two lovers, knock it off. Huh? What are you talking about? What do you mean, lovers? I don't get it. Oh, I'd rather you think you do. I'm not blind, you know. Don't you think I'd notice the sparks flying between you two? I think you're projecting. Tease Mickey scowls. Nothing happened between Sohei and I. Absolutely nothing. Raku's eyes glitter wickedly. Since when did you start calling Sho Sohei, huh? You're so forward with me. I figured you keep right on calling him Kitagawa. That's, I just thought Kitagawa was a bit of a pain to say, is all. And yet you still call me Sakizaki. My family name has the same number of syllables. It rolls off the tongue more easily. Not that I need to make any excuse for my behavior. Like I said, nothing happened. You've been very insistent on that point. Yes, a little too much. In fact, are you sure you're not hiding something? I didn't hear you say that what you and Sohei were discussing, but it seemed pretty in depth. You were spilling your guts onto him, weren't you? No, I wasn't. You sure? I'm quite certain. You weren't about to confess. To that idiot? Of course not. I don't like him at all. I'm sure I'm still an idiot, huh? How cruel. And here I was beginning to wonder, like Ranko, whether Tizumika was about to confess to me. I guess I know my place. I should have let myself get carried away. I know I'm hardly God's gift to a woman, but... Tizumika's face is awfully red. Is she mean to confess to me after all? I'm pretty curious about that, but well, that's all better for me then. If you weren't about to confess, then I've no reason to feel guilty about interrupting you. Now, why don't you come along, Chizumiki? You still have another half hour of your sessions left. You don't want to waste it talking to Sho, do you? Talking to Sohei isn't a waste, really. But maybe you're right. The gym is no place for personal conversations. I've been acting in the most unseemly manner. Well, I don't know if I go that far, but you're right. If you want to talk to Sho about something serious, you should maybe wait until later. I have a job to do and all, and I'm being paid to help you get fit and healthy. So I got to go. I got to do that. Now, do you want to do some more stretches? Sure, why? That's why I'm here after all. Great. Ranko beams. You can help Asa out. Or maybe Asa can help you. I think it'd be nice if you two could work together. This is okay with you, isn't it, Show? You don't mind being spiriting your lady love away, do you? Tsumiki is hardly my lady love. And yes, that's fine. I know you're on the clock, Ranko. Do what you will. Alright, then let's get going. Rako dragged Tsumiki along and still spy Asa, who's busy stretching herself. Hey Asa, will you help Tsumiki? She's looking pretty stiff, and despite all the stretches she did, I think she could use some loosening up. Oh, alright, that sounds fine. What the hell? Oh, Lord. I watch from a distance as Tsumiki sinks down upon one of the mats on the floor. At Renkel's behest, Tsumiki then lifts her rear into the air, which Asa helps to support. Tsumiki's face is badly flushed, despite the distance which has opened between her brows is furrowed, and I can see her lower lip trembling. She looks distressed on the brink of tears, almost. I can't help but wonder as I watch Tsumiki stretching what her problem is. Why does she look so upset? It looked like she was on the cusp of saying something important to me earlier until Ranko destroyed her confidence. Now it feels like we're back to square one again. Will Tsumiki ever feel comfortable enough to tell me what she really meant to say? Is she's meant to say? Will I ever know? I surely hope so, but as the minute ticks by, it begins to seem more and more unlikely. Maybe the moment's already passed. Oh, man. Hey, Sohei, are you ready to go? As ready as I'll ever be. Ah, nighttime falls. I meet up with Asa outside the gym. After our session's finished. We've already showered and we've changed into our casual clothes, our stuffing, our sweaty gym gear into our bags. Both of us begin to walk through the streets together, keeping pace with one another. It's not so late that the streets are completely deserted. There's quite a few pedestrians milling around, as a matter of fact, but I feel ungentlemanly letting Asa head off on her own. It's not like I think she's in any immediate danger, but I like being able to keep an eye on her, and it doesn't hurt that she's so easy to talk to either. I think her company's a lot more relaxing than both Tsumiki and Ranko's. The pair of us chatter companionably as we walk, our souls striking against the gray sidewalk. We're not so very far from Asa's house. When she pauses, however, affixes me with a gaze, rather more serious than I was expecting. So hey, I was wondering something. What is it? This might be forward to me, but I was wondering if I could come back to your place tonight. Not that I'm trying to proposition you, of course. I was just thinking, since you've been so nice to me, going to the gym with me, then covering when I was unwell that one time, I should do something nice for you in return. I thought I could cook dinner for you, maybe if you like that. It's cheaper than going out to eat, and while you're a better cook than I am, I have been practicing. It's been a while since I last cooked for you, and I've gotten better at it. I like to show off my new skills. And I want to thank you too for being such a good friend. Would that be alright? Asa examines me shyly, her aflame, her face aflame. She looks so very nervous. I feel so sudden intense rush of compassion. Well, within me, I'm more than capable of cooking for myself, but then how can I turn her down? When she's being so very sweet, that would be cruel. In face of Asa's earnestness, there's nothing for me to do, really, save smile at her. Sure, that sounds fine. It is? Of course it is. I definitely don't have any problems with that. I am pretty hungry, and I'm not sure if I'm in the mood to cook myself. I think I pushed myself a bit too hard back at the gym. If it weren't for you, for your kind invitation, I probably wouldn't have ordered takeout. You saved me a lot of money. Thanks, Asa. You're being so thoughtful. I appreciate it. Oh, it's no problem. The pleasure is all mine, really. I'm just happy that I could help out. You're so nice to me. So hey, I can't think of anybody who deserves it more. So you say, but I don't know if I'm all that great. I'm just an average guy, really. Still, I reach out and after some deliberation, ruffle the top of Asa's head with my palm. I'm glad you think that way. Now, shall we head off? I can't wait to try your cooking. I'm positively salivating. Yes, let's go. I'm going to do my very best. I know you will. My smile takes on an indulgent edge as I give Asa's head another ruffle. You always do. Ah, a night at my house? Oh, she's here. Hmm. Asa hums to herself, her face wreath, and smiles while enduring about in my kitchen. She's since dispensed of my favorite hoodie, and she's donned an apron instead, tied at the back in a ribbon. This apron is one of mine, though I doubt many people would know that to the look at it. The apron is decidedly cute for a guy to own. Questionably so, in fact. It's not like I bought this apron for myself or anything, though before anybody gets weird ideas. I have no qualms with cute things. I'm pretty fond of ass after all, but when it comes to clothing, I'd always go for plain practical attire over overly frilly stuff like this. Why have an apron? I don't even need aprons to cook. Just have your regular clothes on, like no need for aprons. Frills and ribbons are more Tisamiki's domain. This apron was a gift given to me to last Christmas by Asa. She knows I like to cook, so she often gets me cooking related paraphernalia during the holidays. This apron was a bit of a joke. She looked shy when she gave it to me. Actually, her face was all flushed. Don't take it too seriously, alright? I thought it might make you laugh, but if you really don't like it, I can exchange it. That's what Asa said. I was quick to reassure her, of course, with a rare smile and a few words of thanks. No, it's fine. I want to pick out this sort of apron on my own. It is true it's perfectly functional as present. I could still get some use of it. It's not like anybody will watch me cooking anyway. Although, given this seems to be more of your taste than mine, maybe you could wear it yourself if you ever feel like when you come over. I can set it aside for you if you want. What? Well, what that thing be? Wouldn't that be alright? Would it be right? Then I bought a present for myself. No, it's fine. If you ever cook for me, that'd be an amazing gift. And of itself. Huh? Would you want me to cook for you, Sohei? Maybe from time to time. It might make for a nice change of pace. Not that I forced you or anything. It's your decision. Oh, Sohei. Thank you so much for trusting me. Yeah, I think that's how our conversation went. I remember quite a lot of detail. Since it made quite the impression upon me, I was very happy back then over something so simple. Since then, she's cooked for me a handful of times, always wearing this overly cute apron she ostensibly bought for me for Christmas. Alright everyone, that's the end of today's video everyone. It's been like well over an hour for this. So yeah, that's the end of today's video everyone. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. and check out my social media down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.